Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and in this Open With Me, we're going to have a look at the latest Crochet Now magazine. So the strangest thing happened today, or yesterday when this arrived. I got two of them. So I know that the Crochet Made Simple magazine come to an end, and one of my subscribers who had subscribed received an email asking if she wanted to subscribe to this for the same price as a sorry, and I didn't get that email. I didn't get an email asking me if I wanted to switch to it at all. So I'm hoping that I haven't received two because they've charged me twice, but we shall see. Or maybe they're just giving me an extra one of these until my subscription date runs out. I don't know. I have emailed them and I'm waiting for a reply. I'll keep you updated as to what happens there. But I know that my subscriber who has had this offer made to them and accepted has had nothing but problems. So we shall see, won't we, how this works out. $9.99 for this if you buy it in the shops. Obviously there are subscription offers. So while I'm struggling to get into this, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Hopefully you'll get one or two notifications now and then, if you do. And if you could like, share and hype my videos, it really does help my channel. So I know we've got some gifts in here. So let's just remove this page, which is my address. We don't need that. So we have the magazine itself, which is not thin. It's not the fattest, but it's not thin. We have a little book, Busting Saviours, and then we have this Amigurumi Masterclass, and we have this here hook, which is a Bright Spark Crochet, size 2.5, perfect for amigurumis. So I've not really used these. I've got a few of these freebies before where they look like this, but I've not actually used those before to know if these are good hooks or not. But I do have some very small amigurumi size hooks in my shop, hobbyrocks.co.uk. Not particularly sure if they are Clover Amours, Clover Soft Touch, but I think they are actually tulips. So yeah, but I've got quite small sizes specifically for amigurumi, and they slip and slide an awful lot better. So let's put these gifts to one side just for now, and we'll concentrate on the magazine itself. And what have we got? We've got Crochet Summer Shells with Laura from Happy Berry. We've got Cute Fruit. We've got Peter Rabbit toy. Glad they told me who he was, because I wouldn't have got it from that. I don't even think that looks like a... It's not a rabbit, so I would never have got it for a million years anyway. Joyful Homeware. Stylish accessories. Millions of these bags around. I do have a bucket app, funnily enough. If you want to see it, I'll put a link at the end if I can remember. We've got amazing amigurumi, so you can make this chap. 3 creative blankets. Yarn Shop Diaries. Best yarn shop in the world is hobbyrocks.co.uk, and it's right underneath in the description box. So summer starts here apparently. Actually starts in a couple of days. We're going to have a heat wave. So they say, mind you, by the time this airs, we might be in it. We might be in it to win it. I don't know. So we've got these guys. So that's fine and dandy if they're just sitting in a crockery pot. Otherwise, you can't really get these wet. They look a bit awful. But they know, they cheer up your side if you make those. Inside this issue, right, so we've got this guy, whoever he is, in Peter Rabbit. We've got some wall hangings. You know how I feel about those if you've watched me for any length of time. I mean, the word that springs to mind is why. But, you know, people love them, I guess. And we've got this crochet along. I don't know if this is the crochet along. We've got a free crochet along blanket bundle when you subscribe. See page 32. That's another little thing. The people who subscribe to Crochet Made Simple, which was made by these guys, never did get their gifts. So, well, some may have done, but me and the subscriber I mentioned earlier didn't. So we've got this cardie as well. Let's get in, shall we? Advert straight away for a sheep's yarn. What's new? We've got men again. Let's hear it for the boys. It's a Stylecraft thing. Okay, we've seen it before, so we don't need to linger. Crafting for charity. www.cats.org.uk. So that might be an interesting thing. But then it says something about their crochet kits, so £10. Yeah, if you want to make things out of your own stash, that's one thing, but making you buy stuff. This is Maddie's Makes. So I don't know who Maddie is, but we'll find out, I dare say, in the book. Younger generation are picking up the crochet hooks. Recently got chatting to Maddie to find out about her love of crochet. And this bears out because, as you well know, Gary's granddaughter Sophia, I recently taught to crochet. As soon as I taught her, she was off and running. She was just surpassing what I thought she would be able to do. Show us your make. So this is where readers send in their bits. And this is the Bambino Dotty. I do have some of these Bambino patterns for free in my shop. Okay, so Lauren Willis's bag, which is the same as everybody else's bag, really. But this made with squares, and this is made with Aran. The class in it is an intermediate, which is surprising for me in so many ways. I don't understand, but never mind. That's what it's classed as. Don't know. Maybe it's because of the decreasing. I don't know. We've got the bucket hat. I have to say that wavy brim, not really doing it for me. But you see, my bucket hat doesn't have that. So if I can remember, I'll put it at the end. Love your yarn shop, especially www.hobbyrocks.co.uk. Blow me down. Best one around. So Laura Lee Hayes has come up with this lemon segment, amigurumi, made with a chenille. So they made it with King Cole Yummy, but you can make it with any really. They're all, out there, the chenilles. So new Boho Spirit highlights. Now this is the sparkly Boho Spirit. I would love to get for my shop, and I have put it in my basket several times and then looked and thought I'd rather the glitz was the same colour as the yarn or not silver. And one of them has that. They don't have that many, but maybe I'll take the plunge and get it soon. Natasha Emerson. This is Cosmos Blanket. This is not the crochet along, even though that little bubble was on this, that I thought it didn't seem like enough to be a crochet along. It's basically just granny squares and plain ones. So reinventing the wheel there, Natasha Emerson. Let's move on. What we got here? Oh, there you go. How unusual. An advert for Crochet Society. Save 52%. Only $44.99 with free postage. They're saying that this box is worth £93.99. £94 for these balls, small balls of yarn, a mug, 2 stitch markers and a couple of hooks. So you can deduce from that whether you think that is a viable kind of cost. So Peter Rabbit Toys by Carla Matriani, $16.99 by David and Charles. So this is a book. And then we've got Tom the Kitten. There you go. If I knew the story better, I might have been able to say, oh, look, it's Tom the Kitten. But my identification of amigurumis is not the best. But it's a nice one, though. Very cute and, cuddleable. Is that a word? Isn't it? I've made one. Made a word called cuddleable. Well, that's going to be really small, isn't it? If this is the jacket, it's hard to size these things when you see them like that. But seeing his jacket like that, he's going to be this big. Wow, he's tiny. Okay, let's move on. Subscribe to Crochet Now. Free Cal Yarn bundle, this here bundle, when you join. $79.99 for 13 issues, or 20 quid every 3 months. £80 for 13 issues. I'm not going to do this 99 business because, you know, it's a penny at the end of the day. It's just designed to make you think it's cheaper when it's not. We will do it. I'm sure hobbyrocks.co.uk actually partakes in that little one. Charlie Mortley. Extra small up to a 5XL, so good size range. I prefer 3/4 length sleeves or short ones, but they seem a little baggy. I did a recent video on how to taper your granny sleeves for specifically when people are doing things like the granny hexagon jumpers and cardigans, with that in mind. But you could certainly use that technique on this. It's just, I don't like that kind of shaping. Well, I don't like that kind of lack of shaping. It's a bit lazy. Anyway, extra small up to a 5X is a good size range. Remember, those are UK sizes. And yeah, it's kind of made in 2 halves by the looks of it. You've got squares running down the back, sort of. Well, Natasha Emerson's at it again. We've got a lemon sorbet cushion made in the gingham style, really. Reinventing the wheel again? Possibly. Same person. Possibly. Got to say, this is Daffodil Days Shawl. Well, that looks not like a daffodil at all, but it looks like a flower. This is Joanne Smith. I would just call it a flower. It doesn't really look like a daff. I guess it's harder to, you know, show a trumpet of a flower. But, you know, it is a flower. Reminds me of the one I did for Mary Quant, but it's made with, like, open fretwork. They're saying it's intermediate. I don't agree with that at all. I think beginners can easily cope with a little bit of chain one, skip one. You know, serious. Yeah. This is Behind the Design by Nancy Hall. Well, this is a cowl of some sort, I guess, or now, what are they called? Sampler blanket. So I did one of these last year as a picnic blanket in cotton. My strips were wider because we did a chunk every single time. We did a stitch and a chunk. So if I can remember as well, I'll put a link to that at the end. Part 1, that is. And I do have right and left-handed tutorials for it. So Nancy Hall has called this the British summertime blanket. Should have done it grey then. Oh, I'm just kidding. We're going to get a summer, serious. Probably a couple of weeks. But, you know. So this is the Summer Days pouch. Now, I was considering making a glasses case. However, if I did, it would be a little bit more attractive than this one, Lauren Willis. I don't even think this is edged quite nicely. That one looks more cornered and that one looks more round. And this just doesn't look like it fits on there properly. So, for this one. But yeah. Okay, what have we got now? Feeling Fruity Can Cozies. Zoe Potrack. So I've got Can Cozy with crochet rocks on mine. I got it. My onlyest bit of merch that I have in my shop. Hobby Rocks. I only got about 5 left. I did have like 240, so I haven't done too badly with them, although I did give some away. Not many. But yeah, these are all fruity, so you've got your cans of fruity drink underneath there. Kind of cute. Kind of cute. Welcome to the Knit Easy. Great for a crochet magazine. What do you think? Follow the Sun Mandalas. So I'm all in favour of a mandala if you use it to sort of a centrepiece on a table, or a placemat or a coaster. But sticking them on your wall is not really my idea. Although I have got a couple of nice ones for my windows in the Yarn Van, which is my Hobby Rocks home, which was made for me by the lovely Julie Turney. So yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely they are, and I keep them in the window. But the wall stays clear of all that stuff. Okay, Happy Berry's notebook. So at least they haven't called it stash busting this time, when we've got little diddy things. But, you know, she's making whelks. I don't know what a cowrie is. I think it must be like a cockle. a nautilus, a scallop, and a starfish. Yeah, that looks more like a cockle, doesn't it? Then a cowrie, whatever that is. I've never heard of that. So, this is the cardigan. It's on, was it on the front page? I believe it was. Let's go back. I'm sure it was. Yeah, there it is. So it's called The Daisy, and I mean, for once, the title actually kind of corresponds. And it's an extra small up to a 5XL. So we seem to have 5XLs on this book. They have like a little thing where they all seem to be the same. But Sam Sabido has hit the nail on the head with this one. However, it would need to be a little bit longer for me, but that's just a personal thing. I would probably just increase this length. The sleeves are good. They don't come right down, and they're nice and tight. So this is actually a good one. She's tapered it, look. See what I mean? Now they're saying it's beginner friendly. So if she can taper and it's beginner friendly, why is the others intermediate? Anyway, it's quite nice. I like it a lot. I don't like the... if I hadn't got such a horrible stomach, I think I'd like this length. But, you know, I need to hide mine. That's just the way it is. This is called Fruit Salad Coasters. Oh, Natasha Emerson's reinventing the wheel again. Look. Now, I've got loads of these. I've made them myself. There's tons of them on YouTube. So, not too impressed by this particular creator at the moment. Just reinventing stuff that's already there. Sort of like lazy crochet, don't you think? Am I just being harsh? I don't know. Otto the Monster, Sarah Abondio. Abondio. Well, I think it is. And he's cool. I like him, actually. They're very blobby monsters. But yeah, if your kid loves a monster, then that's for you. The Little Lemon Pot Covers by Vicky Roberts. See, all these other things in this magazine have got a little more thought, I think, than just going on and saying, oh, you know, that does well on YouTube, let's do that. Or, you know, being a bit on the knock this one out. So this is another one, unfortunately, where I just think, why? Excuse me while I have a little drink. Oh, that is good. I've got a new tea. I'm going to launch this tea. It's in my shop. I've only got one so far, but I've got a new tea, guys, and it is a new biscuit tea, and I'm going to show it on my chat. So, oh, it's so good. It really is. Anyway, Ladybird Lake Wall Hanging. I know a few people who love this. I don't know, specifically someone who is absolutely dotty about ladybirds. Dotty! See what I did there. Anyway, wall hangings are not for me. We have already established this, but you might like it. It's got flowers as well and bees. Anyway, we've got the abbreviations. This is not the end. This is not the end. Or as Declan Rice says, it's not done. It's not done. It's done now, though. Inside the next issue of Crochet Now, we've got another hook. We've got nautical stuff. Not naughty, but nautical. We've got an ice cream cone that looks a bit dodgy. We've got stylish accessories. So you've got to have all this bag trimmings for that to work. Amazing blankets. And I like this. Very similar to the Daisy one, but I like it. Now, did you happen to see, hang on, let's finish this. And we'll bring in the freebies. Okay, that's just Lisa Cook's last little bit. So I did a Temu order and I uploaded it. And boy, I mean, wow. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll try and remember to put a link at the end of this. If I can remember to put all these links, I'm not going to, but they're there on my channel if you want to go find them. It's amazing. It really is. Temu has excelled this time. Okay, so what we got? We've got a blanket that's a square. That looks a bit like it's twisting, doesn't it? Look at that. They've twisted that granny. My grannies never twist. I'm just saying. But the way I do my grannies never twist, and I don't turn either. So mine are all facing the right way and they never ever twist. And I know why people make that mistake in their tutorials and everything else. But that is twisting. Okay, so we've got some wristers or fingerless gloves. We have this very kind of little, I don't like the way it's not finished. But this is an all one stitch. But yeah, it's cute, but you know, could be finished. And then we've got a wave blanket and a shawl. So let's get in. So we've called this Baby Waves, and I like the wave stitch. I've used it a lot, but I've not actually put it on my channel yet. I have intended to, but it's one of those. And I wrote the pattern to actually do it, but I've never got round to doing it yet. But this is made with 4-ply, so it's nice and soft for babies. It's very thin yarn. This is Lindy Zuberi. And what have we got here? Summer Sunset Shawl. So yeah, it's just looks more like a big thick scarf, doesn't it? A fat scarf. It is a wrap though. You can see it's got quite a lot of gather. So this is Sarah Ruan. It's all right, that. It's nice. I can't really... it is row after row of the same pattern, but it's patterned, not just treble, 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 treble. And here's the stitch pattern. So that's not bad. Goes over a few pages because it's bigger. So we've got the fingerless gloves or wrist warmers, wristers, Zoe Pottrax ones. These are very similar to the very first ones I ever made. But the ones that I've got on my channel are the Crochet Rock Stitch. I invented the stitch, and it's a nice little bobbly kind of version of this, nice and tight. So, and I didn't do this. You'll see what I did if I can remember to put a link at the end. I won't. I've now done too many. My brain can't cope. It's fried. Okay, so this is a granny square cushion by Kate Heppel. Quite a few of these around, but yeah, there you go. You just make them and you do them in that kind of vibe, so it makes a square. And there we go, the twisted bit. So this is Flower Power waistcoat. I like it. I like the flowers. I like the colour. I like the baby, but I have edged it. I think it would have been better if they'd done it in gold, and you could see it was edged. But it's a very thin edging if they've edged that at all. So this is again a thin one, I think. Well, no, they've made it in DK, but they've done it with a 3 to a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. So what have they used? I don't know. Yarn and colours, and that's the schematic. I like the word schematic when we're talking about crochet. Makes it sound very Jack Bauer. Anyway, there's the hook we've already looked at. This is for this part, the Amigurumi Masterclass. Let's move these out of the way. And I'd like to see them in the shot. I don't know why. Pause for a second while I have another drink. Hang on a sec, guys. It's too good to let go completely cold. Although it is getting there. Funny enough, though, the type of biscuit tea this is doesn't really taste bad if it's cooler. So we've got 10 Amigurumi pals, adorable dolls, toys to treasure, beginner friendly, designs you'll love. Okay, is that just one page? Yes, it is. We've got the welcome. Oh, look, there they are. Drink, putting it down. Sorry about the noisy table. It's ceramic, so it does clash and bang. We've got an elephant. I cannot identify that. We've got a dolly. We've got possibly a fox. We've got a dolly. I have no idea. Probably dogs. I don't know. We've got pelican, toucan. I have no idea. Pelican. No, that toucan. Robot and dolls. Let's get in and have a look and see how many I got right. Sarah in the City, designed by Rickarumi Design Team. Oh, like she's naked, don't look. Oh my goodness. And again, she's a hussy. Gloria the elephant. On a sunny summer's day, Gloria can be found soaking up the sunshine with a flower in her hair. She doesn't have any hair. I'm just saying that a flower in her bald, perhaps. Arthur the fox. Oh, hang on, I didn't say. Is that the... do we have an idea? No. There's no credit there, so I didn't miss it. So this again is Arthur, and he's looking his best in his new cosy jumper, designed by Ferranda Pitaluga. Easy for you to say. Anyway, he's kind of cute. The perfect pattern is Click Away, Crochet Society advert. This is Isabel the Doll by Shabnam Mirzai. I don't know how to say that, I'm afraid. But Shabnam I do, because of EastEnders. Friendly Fibres. Okay. Now, I was thinking of getting this, Anne, for my shop a little while ago, because one of my stockists does do it. And it is the Circulo. Anne, have anybody used it? Because if you have, please let me know in the comment section what it's like to work with, if it's good value. Looks like big balls, but I'm not sure. And yeah, I'd really like to know about Anne, the yarn by Circulo. If anybody has any wisdom to impart, please. So 2 yarn smiths, that one's good. Don't know about that. Only 50 gram balls though. A lot of them in 100 gram, like the King Cole and everything else. We've got Oscar and Odette, the otters. See, I couldn't identify them. But now they're laying on their backs. Yeah, they're otters, but you know, they weren't dogs at all. This is no credit. I don't know why. But yeah, they're using Red Heart Super Saver for it. So I have no idea. Oh, hang on. No, thought I saw a name, but I don't. No one's claiming that one, guys. This is Toria Winters. So I guess a play on Victoria, because we call Victoria Toria as well. Mum does. Robbie the Robot, this is. And, yep, he's kind of jolly, isn't he? And there's a little robot behind him. And at the side. As if we couldn't identify that. I actually did. I'm not doing too badly. It was just those otters that let me down. Amigurumi like a pro. So we've got some skills and sort of stuff to impart. This is Luisa Caldera Cabral. We've got Wanda the Melon, Sarah Berry and Pam Apple. Tutti Frutti Friends. And they're not too small. Not like the one in the book, which really kind of surprised me how small that was. And then naked again. Well, actually not completely, but topless. How rude. Toucan. Tulio the Toucan by Heather Gibbs. No C. She just Heather Gibbs. Not Heather C. Gibbs. Maybe they just forgot to put it in. Maybe she's rebranding herself. I don't know. But she always makes nice amigurumis anyway. And this is one of hers. This is Tulio the Toucan. Oh, there he is. Face on. So we've got the usual abbreviations page. That is all we have. I say all we have. It's quite a lot there, really, isn't there? Because it's $9.99, which is the same price as they always charge. And you've got 1, 2, 3 little books. Well, one book. Well, they're not little. Not all little, are they? And a hook. Now, question. Do you think that they've packed this one out like this as a little way of deflecting from the fact that Crochet Made Simple, the £4.99 book that was pretty good, has just disappeared from the shelves? And all of us that might have subscribed have not had a very good transition, or they've taken money and not refunded yet and things. Do you think this bumper edition is a sweetener in some way? I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm going to try my best to remember, guys, all those things I said I'd put at the end. I should make a little note as I go, you know, that's what I should do. But yeah, probably get none of them and it'll be totally different. But they're all there on my channel. If you have a little search in the time, you know, put crochet rocks and what you're looking for and you should find it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of this, if you've used Anne the yarn, and all the things that have been in this book, and books, should I say. And I'll see you on the next Open With Me. Bye for now.